Please note, at the dressing table sits a headless bride. Lin Feng's task is to comb her hair. If the bride is satisfied, she would marry him and become his wife. If not satisfied, Lin Feng might get a violent beating. Luckily the mirror could show the bride's face, otherwise he wouldn't have known what to do. After a few times of combing, Lin Feng suddenly found that he could touch his hair. The whole head gradually emerged as well. Just when he thought it would be so easy to finish the job, a wisp of pink smoke suddenly emerged from the mirror. When he opened his eyes again, a living, breathing bride appeared before him. She looked hastily at herself in the mirror. She had also changed into an ancient costume. Lin Feng immediately reacted. Could this be the memories of the red-clad female ghost in her lifetime? Not waiting for him to come back to his senses, the scene around him changed again. Sitting in front of him was the brother of the lady in red's ghost. He handed Lin Feng an invitation. It turned out that the lady ghost in red was a lady from a big family. She fell in love with the scholar played by Lin Feng, but his father wanted to make some money. He defied his daughter's opposition. He betrothed her to a general. This encounter reminded Lin Feng of his own childhood. He was abandoned by his parents on the roadside because he had no qualifications, so he decided to stop this tragedy from happening. On the day of the girl's wedding, Lin Feng disguised himself as a waiter. He tried to sneak into the backyard, but just as he passed the general's carriage, a gentle breeze blew by. What was sitting inside was actually a suit of armor. He was shocked. Where had the man gone? The general had been killed in battle 3 days ago. What was supposed to be a normal wedding had now become a wedding of the dead. Wasn't this a way to bury the bride with him? Lin Feng hurried to the backyard. He saw the bride who had been sent out. Seeing his lover coming to his rescue, the bride was so moved that she burst into tears. She tried to persuade him to leave, but just at that moment, the father appeared. He grabbed him and told the others to throw Lin Feng out, but Lin Feng was determined to save her. He took the bride and ran outside. He had prepared a carriage at the back door. He could get out by bypassing the guards, but what Lin Feng didn't expect was, he hadn't even walked a few steps. The bride spat blood from her mouth. She fell to the ground with a thud. In order to stop his daughter from escaping, he had put poison in the soup she was drinking in advance. Lin Feng rushed towards the man in anger, trying to force him to hand over the antidote, but at that moment, his body was just a weak scholar. The next moment, he was pinned to the ground by 2 servants. The bride left her last words and then died. Lin Feng could only watch as she died in front of him. Afterwards, the man ordered the bride to be put into a coffin. The wedding of the dead continued. In his perception, it was normal for a child to make sacrifices for his family. To prevent Lin Feng from spreading the news and tarnish the family name, he ordered his servants to throw him into the dry well. But the moment the bride's coffin was carried out, the guests outside were filled with fear, because they saw that standing on the coffin was a red female ghost.